Bonnie Babe Crochet, and welcome to Friday Fun Live. I had to think about what this is called for a minute. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. I've got my Rip It shirt because it's been kind of a, yeah, it's been kind of one of those weeks. It's been good. Um, God is good. Everything is fine here, at least. Um, and I think after 2 weeks of searching, I think we have finally recovered the videos for the Gaithersburg stole, which is something I've worked on. It took me a few weeks to film and to video and get it all done for you so that I can release that later in September. We're gonna be talking about that in a little bit. But yeah, I thought for a while there that I was gonna have to cancel it, and was not a happy camper about it. But anyway, uh, welcome to Friday Fun Live. Let me just give me a minute to say hey to some of you guys. Thank you, Emily, for our friend from Switzerland, for waiting so patiently. And she even was talking about she got some Susan Bates hooks. It looks like they cost quite a bit to ship from the U.S. They're probably about 5 times more there, I think, than what I ever pay for my, about 4 times more. But so glad that you were able to get your hands on some and try them, and the fact that they worked out for you made it worth the expense. So if you ever come visit the States, I will take you to where you can get those for $2 and $3 each, or less if you bring your little coupon. So great that worked out. We have April, my friend. Thank you so much for being there with us. And she says she likes the Susan Bates hooks too. And let me just say, if you're brand new to our chat and you're a boy hook user, we love you too. This is just conversations we're picking up on from past live discussions and everything. Let's see, we have Wanda Gordon from Bahama, North Carolina. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Give me a minute here. It looks like my daughter cannot find where we are today. Let me go ahead and post that. All right. Hold on one second. And all right. So hopefully that works out. I am still live on my phone here, even though my computer here is buffering. I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, we have Sandra Clausen from Beaufort, South Carolina. Wow. Well, Sandra, one of my moderators, and we switch places and every now and then, is moderating this discussion from Conway, South Carolina. So not too far from where you are in Beaufort. Let's see. Oh, yes. Wanda Gordon says, praying for all our military families deployed and everyone in the Gulf Coast. Absolutely, Wanda. Yes. That has been heavy on my heart for weeks, and will continue to be. And in my prayers as well, I do also just solicit your prayers for those people with what's going on in the Middle East. We don't need to go into the details here, but gee whiz, it's not good at all. But anyway, let's see, we have, Wanda Gordon says she also loves her Susan Bates hooks. Yeah, I mean, I wish these were more available, on the market, out in the stores, but maybe, the more we, use them and talk about them, maybe they'll get the idea that it's okay to promote these things a little bit more. We have Yushi from Germany, and Rosie from Lincolnshire, UK. Wow, I just love it. I love the domestic. I love everybody, but it's just intriguing to me, just to hear from some of you people from some of these faraway places that I love, some that I've loved visiting, and some that I just can't wait to just get on an airplane, with an unlimited budget. Not that any of us have that, but and just go visit and meet new people. And hey, Esther found us. Thank you, Esther, for joining us today. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people don't have the link for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. Let me change something here. Hold on one second. I'm going to make a quick edit. I tried changing this earlier, but for some reason, YouTube has been posting these things and making them unlisted for some reason. And I tried to change this before we went live, and I had it set on public visibility, so I'm not sure what's with that. So hopefully more folks will be able to join us in the chat, and now that it's public and they can see it, uh, yeah, another little glitch here. But I know YouTube is very busy rolling out new things all the time, and maybe as you know, as I just changed it to public, so maybe more people will see that. I know I was saying YouTube a lot of times is rolling out new ideas and new programs and things that are really great, that really do help improve, the way we do things here. But well, anyway, since I don't have a whole lot of people to respond to at the moment, I'm going to go ahead. Okay, now we're starting to get some more folks. Hey, Alana, I'm so glad you could join us. We had a little glitch this morning on the settings, so I'm glad you could find us here. And well, let me go ahead and talk about what's coming on Monday. I'm pretty excited about this. It's an older design, and many of you have seen this in this book. Okay, this is in the book Cable Crocheted Made Easy. I'm going to be releasing this design. Is the first design I'm releasing publicly from this book, but it is a slightly different video. Okay, so the video that comes with this book is still unique and only available through the book, but I kind of did this again in a new way. So the pattern that I'm going to show you that's coming Monday is also going to be available as a PDF. If you just want to buy the single pattern, that's okay too. If you are a watch.bonniebaycrochet.com subscriber, thank you guys so much for your support. The pattern's already there for you. The pattern's already there. It's complimentary. You've had it all along. But in the book, this is the pattern. This is one example of the pattern. This is the Abigail Shawl. You've seen this before, but I have collected all the different ways that you can crochet this. And what's really cool about this pattern is that you can use any yarn, any size, very thin. You can even use thread if you want to crochet a long time. You can use any thread, any yarn, as long as you size your hook to match the yarn that you use. And you can make, a small scarf. You can make it into a, a nice, comfortable shawl like this. Oop, getting my hook caught in it, my earring. All right, so another example that you'll find in the book is one made, okay, this one I should go back and tell you, the video will tell the details about some of the yarn, but this is a Tensile yarn, which is made from kind of leftover wood kind of stuff, when I don't want to get too complicated, but it has the properties of rayon and cotton. Very breathable, nice for summer. This is the same pattern, made in more of a solid color. And this is made with nurturing fibers, lace weight, 100% superwash merino wool, which very thin, but very nice. And this can make a really nice, scarf, tie it in the back. Can make a beautiful scarf, especially when we start wearing those long sleeves again. Yeah. And actually, I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. It's been so hot here lately. Looking forward to breaking out my ponchos and some other things. All right, and this is the same design, made in baby alpaca. Okay, it just feels so soft. And another version of this, same pattern, just different yarns. This is mohair. And when I was doing this, I didn't have enough yarn to finish the trim, but it looks fine without the picot trim, as you can see. So, and this yarn is just so nice. It looks very thin, airy, kind of like crocheting with cotton candy, but don't let that fool you. This is a super warm fiber and really, really nice. Actually, that came out of a discount clearance bin at my local yarn store, so it really cost me maybe $5 or $10 to make that. I didn't spend much at all on the yarn. Now, this is what I recorded it again using two different colors. I used, well, you'll see in the video what I used, but it's super wash. One of these is a blend of, let's see, it was something I had in my stash. It was mostly merino wool, and it had a little bit of cashmere mixed in, and then the color changing yarn, it's hand dyed. That is from some gals called Emma's Yarn. They are some gals in Florida, that Central Florida, that dye their own yarn. Two girls that I'm going to be looking into working with them a little bit more if they will have me. And but anyway, so beautiful, beautiful yarns. And what's really fun about this is we're going to do a knit crate unbagging in just a minute. And some of you have asked me, well, what can I do with the knit crate yarns? Here you go. You can put any yarns together. You can put, 2, 3, 4 different colors together. You can use this as a stash buster. Go through your stash and, do whatever you must do. And if you have some of oh, here it is. I've got another one to unbag today. I'm going to show you in just a second. Some knit crate yarn you want to get out and use. Here you go. Here's a great project for that. Okay, you can use. But what I would encourage you to do is try to stay to the same size yarn as you go through the different rows. You can try to upsize different. I don't think it's going to work if you use different size yarn. So, I don't know. That could be something fun to experiment with. I don't know. I personally probably would stay away from that. I'd probably just stick with one size yarn as you go through and do that. Well, it looks like a lot of people have found this. Again, sorry guys. It looked like I had set the video on public, but for whatever reason, it defaulted to unlisted for some reason. It was really kind of strange today, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. Things are constant changes, here to stay. All right, looks like we have Hannah in our chat. And I got a lot of comments here. I've been talking a while, so I need to check out and see how everybody's doing. Yeah, Wanda Gordon says she couldn't find me in the traditional way either. That is just so weird. But, I'll keep an eye on. Like I said, I tried to change it right before we went live, and it wouldn't let me. So I don't know what is with that, but I'll try to be more careful. And let's see. We have Love to Craft. She says, wow, my notification came late. Sorry about that, Love to Craft. Like I said, glitch again. So, well, changes are always being made, and improvements really. But, if you're not on top of how things are being changed when they're being changed, it can leave you in the dark. And that's where I was today. Well, we have Lynn Morris. He says, good afternoon, all. Hope all is happy and healthy and happy. From hugs from Ottawa. Wow, thank you so much, Lynn. I'm so glad you could be here, my Canadian neighbor. And Rosie King, and okay, Rosie says she found us through Facebook. Oh, we have Kathy from South Carolina. Hey, Kathy. And Esther found her way in. Yay, Esther. And Hannah. Hannah sent me a text saying, where are you? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. And M Payne says, I've done cables twice so far, and I'm still finding them difficult and holy. If you ever want to send some, send me an email, I can, with a photo, I can definitely take a look and see if I can help you that way. Let me put my email in the chat right now. It's bonniebay@me.com, and that's my public channel. My public, email. So if you ever need to get in touch with me, just, send me an email. Just know that over weekends, I generally try to have to put it aside because, as you know, the internet is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It doesn't even take holidays at Christmas. I do. Oh, thank you so much, Archer Nace. Let me write that down. Thank you for your kind donation there. Archer Nace just contributed $5 more to our charitable contribution fund, and this month it's going to go again to the Rancho 3M in Guadalupe, Mexico. Real excited about last month's because of your generosity and everything. We're able to contribute together $130 to them, and I will say $130 in US dollars goes a lot farther in pesos. So I really so appreciate, being able to do that with you guys. Um, and just to let those who are new, when we get to $100, what we do is I do a silly song of some sort. I don't know if that's a reward for you all or a curse, but it's a lot of fun for me. And I do have some ideas going around in my head. I'm not prepared for anything today, just to let you know. But if we do reach that goal, that'll be the first thing we do on the week that follows that. All right. All right, so we have Harriet Cutler in the chat from Michigan. Hey, Harriet. Again, love the name. Just reminds me of my mom every time I see that wonderful name. Um, yeah, Love to Craft says she was already on YouTube, but the notification wasn't showing up. Went to Facebook page. Yes, and there was an announcement there. Yeah, I always do that. I tried to do that. So yeah, I'm not sure what was with that, but anyway, I'm glad everybody's finding it. Jan, so glad that you're with us, and Terry. Did we get it? Uh-oh, hold on a second. Oh, Tracy. Oh my goodness, there's like 19.99. I'm going to round that to 20 because that makes it easier to add. Golly gee whiz, guys, you got us up to $55 already because we had $30 left over from last week. So thank you, Tracy. That is really generous of you. I so appreciate that. It is so much fun to be able to be generous to folks. And we have Terry Redmond. Yay. She's like, pray all is well. Yes, always. And Donna Curtis, Marilyn Moore from Texas. And we have Sandy. She says, hello, everyone. Haven't been on in a live in a while. Well, welcome back, Sandy. It's so much fun to have you guys here. I really do look forward to this time. And Catherine Cunningham from Yellville, Arkansas. Yeehaw! This makes me want to yell. What a great name. What a great name for I guess you guys, I bet you have a lot of fun out there. I've always wanted to go to Arkansas. I'll go on a little bit of a tangent here. I when I was living in South Carolina in the 80s, I used to do a lot of listening to a contemporary Christian artist named John Michael Talbot. I don't know if anybody of you ever heard, but he has a lot of beautiful worship music, and he uses the classical guitar a lot. And I just love to hear classical guitar music and love learning it. And I learned a lot from his music. I learned a lot of songs, and he's in somewhere in Arkansas. And my original publisher, Leisure Arts, is based in Arkansas. And I thought, oh man, it would be so much fun to do a road trip and visit everybody in one fell swoop. But maybe one day I have to stop by Yellville just to see what that's like, Catherine. Um, and we have Donna Curtis in our chat, and she says, good morning, peace. Absolutely. And thank you, Hannah, for being there. Hannah had a fun week. Was it last week? Yeah, I think I talked to you about that last week. Hannah, the Mrs. Barker's house in South Carolina was struck by lightning. It was during the storms, one of the tropical storms that kind of the remnants of a hurricane came up the coast, and it did a lot of it didn't hurt anybody, thank God. And it didn't burn anything down, but it did fry a lot of electronics in the house, including 2 television sets, some other systems, 3 phone lines, and the internet. So they're back in operation. Yay. Or Hannah wouldn't be on moderating for us today. But thankfully, everything is put back in shape, and they have a nicer television set now in the living room. Um, so I'm kind of excited to see that once I get home. And it's a little bit bigger, of course. You know, in America, you have to keep getting them bigger and bigger. Not sure what you do when it doesn't fit in the house, but I'm just being silly. But anyway, thank you guys for, last week and just, taking care of Hannah and just encouraging her with that. She was a trooper. And let's see. We have Penny Ramsey. She says, I want to make one of these. I'm not sure. Oh, one of the scarves, I guess. I'd forgotten. I'd even talked about that one. And M says the blue one is beautiful. Yeah, and I really like working with the mohair. But I will say, if you decide to use mohair, make sure you know all your stitches and you're not planning on making any mistakes, because remember, like in the song, you get screaming when you have to try to rip out mohair because it just doesn't rip out. You have to cut it out. And yes, I had to do that with that one. I was trying to finish the edging and I ran out of yarn and I couldn't match the color. And I tried for months. And so I eventually just had to cut the little bit that I had done off, which it came off fine. But that was, excuse me, that was heartbreaking. But anyway, sorry about that. We have Jacqueline LaFridge. She says, and then everything just loaded here. Let me go back. I'm going backwards, guys. Hold on a second. Yeah, lots and lots of people here today. I see. Jacqueline Fridge says it's a little smoky out here. Still got some fires, guys. It's so sad. And then we have Angie. Sandra is in our chat. Hey, Sandra. So good chatting with you this week on email. And Carolyn Johnson, oh, you're so sweet. And Wanda from Oregon. And Hannah says she's working on a Korean folk hat called a gat for my American Boy doll. Yeah, Hannah's been trying to get some materials, having a hard time finding them. And yeah, Lynn says is it Gatineau Park in the I think it's like heaven on earth. I grew up in South Shore of Montreal and miss it. Okay, she's talking to Em about a place there. Okay, and we have, is it S-H-A, Shania? Is that right? She says hey, or he or she says hi. And Angela, new viewer here from Bakersfield, California. Hey, Angela. Got a lot of aviation out there, don't you? Bakersfield, isn't that near? That just reminds me of Lindbergh, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, I have Tiffany LePage and Brat's mom, or Linda, is in the chat. It's so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I know you had a sad week or two there, but I hope things are going better. Archer Nace says, hi, everyone. Better late than never. Yep. And we have Elaine from Massachusetts, Tracy from Oklahoma. Wow. Donnie and Lisa Pittman. This is Lisa, I guess, from Illinois. Wow. And Jackie from Colorado. And Dolores says, building work finally finished in my house. Only cleaning and painting now. Also back to my crochet. Yay. Friends of ours in our small group in our church, their house has been being renovated and it's been really stressful on them. They've been in the same house for probably 40 plus years and getting some much needed work done. And they're wonderful people, but they're the kind of people that have everything like total order in their home. I long to be like that one day. Don't know that I'm going to achieve that, but it's just it's something that you can walk in and it just feels peaceful, if you know what I mean. Things are just in order and neat, and I can't imagine how difficult it must be for them because things are anything but in order as they get renovation done. So they were telling me about that on Sunday, and it's just like, I'm so sorry, but I'm excited that you're getting your work done. We have Marilyn. Okay, Marilyn says she is the first time here, I guess, from Texas. Yay. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Or Marilyn. Okay, did I say that right? Marilyn. Okay. And we have Maria. She says, Eeks, you just removed the shawl. I was drooling over. Oh, my. Well, I got some more things to drool over in just a bit, I promise. It's always kind of fun. And let's see, we have Claudia. She says, hola from Argentina. Wow. Welcome. Buenos dias, Claudia. And we have Lynn from Ontario, Canada. And Thara, is it Thayara? I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I am so glad that you're here. I would love to meet you guys, and you could just tell me how to pronounce your names right. That would be so great. We have Jane. She says, "Hi, good afternoon from hot, humid West Springfield, Massachusetts. I am ready for fall." Oh, I know how it is up there. You got with the New Englanders, Jane. I know if it gets above 70, you guys can't stand it. It's got to be hot. It's got to be hard. Yeah, we've had 90s or in the low 90s. This week, and it's been pretty hot. Lots of thunderstorms to follow you in the afternoons, just like South Florida. Uh, Jan says, I was late. What was the name of kerchief? Okay, what I was showing you is so familiar. Jan, I was showing the Abigail scarf or shawl. That's what I was. It's coming on Monday. A new tutorial. The original one is still there, but this is just one that kind of emphasizes new ways to crochet an old design. It's kind of like, you know, meeting a new friend, but giving them something new to wear, I guess. Thank you, Hannah, for doing the translation for us, sweetheart. And we have lovey-dovey fiber art. Yes, and you're with us. Yay! Thank you. I've not seen that name. That's very creative. And I hope you don't take offense at this, but the lovey-dovey, that reminds me of Mr. Howell on Gilligan's Island. Somehow, Mr. and Mrs. Howell. If you ever watched the show, she always, I think, yeah, because he called her Lovey all the time. So that just kind of that's why it just boom, just pictured that right in my head when I saw that. We have Penny from West Virginia. Rosandra1 from Colorado, and Swati is in our chat. Hey, Swati, how are you doing, girl? Just exhausted this week because of a work trip, so I was late to this. Hope y'all are well. I hope you are too, Swati. I hope your biopsy and everything came back okay. Still thinking about you. We have Scarlett from Alberta. Wow, one of our northern friends. Welcome. And thank you, Tracy. You're so sweet. She says, I can't tell you, Bonnie, how much I enjoy your channel. I've made 3 blankets so far and have 3 works in progress still going. That's what WIPs are, in case you guys are wondering what the acronyms are. That's yeah, work in progress still, I guess, or work in progress in plural there. Yeah, I've got some more. I mean, I don't want to throw too much at you at one time, but that's what I do. So, and it looks like Bobby found us. Hey, Bobby, great that you could find us. It's so much fun to text back and forth with you, my friend, during the week. And Lovey Dovey Fiber Art says, do you ever have issues with your patterns being changed or misinterpreted with magazines? I do, actually. I do with any publication form. That's been an issue I've had to try to correct on numerous occasions. I don't want to belabor that point because I do love working with publishers and so forth, but that is actually one reason why I keep my submissions kind of out there to a minimum. I like to self-publish things in my own, like this book in particular is self-published. I guess the older I've gotten, I've become kind of a control freak, and just realizing how issues, I'll just say, can be introduced into your patterns when they're edited and changed by others. I had a time of that, and with one of my books that was published through a professional publisher, I had a lot of issues with that, and I've had to do a lot of extra work towards the public to try to fix some of these things. And these were things that I did not okay. But that happens. We are humans. I am capable of making my own mistakes just fine, and I have made multiple. If you've seen many of my videos, I mean, you may see a glitch here or there. I'll say treble crochet when I'm really doing a double crochet, or I'll be doing a double crochet and I'll say treble crochet. I mean, we're human. We do make mistakes. So I mean, that's something to be expected. I don't read the newspaper at all anymore, but when I do read newspaper or even magazine articles, I'm not talking in the crochet universe, I'm talking outside in the real world. It's rare that I can get through an entire page of reading without finding several either grammatical errors or text texting, letters that are misspelled or things just not said right. So, it's just who we are. I mean, that's the world we live in. That said, that's why I have kind of brought a lot of what I do under my control, and the editors that I have that I use are my daughter and my daughter-in-law. Those are my absolute favorites. I mean, there are others that I do tap into once in a while, but I try to stick with them. I know them personally. They read better than I do. They faster than I do. Um, Christy has a master's degree and is an expert at a museum in Bible archaeology, and she knows how to read. My daughter knows how to write really well, and she knows what works and what doesn't. She's really good at uh, finding video problems with my videos, and I'm really thankful to her for that. She's been doing that for me lately, and so yeah. Um, yeah, I do. That's a long answer, but absolutely, that just happens. I mean, that happens even with with anything. And that said, I don't want you to think that everything written is full of errors. It's not. It's just like when you have a bad experience somewhere in life. For example, like people leaving me YouTube comments. I get way more encouragement and good comments probably than I deserve. I mean, you guys are just really lavish with your encouragement and your kind words, and and at times it's overwhelming. It's in a good way, but then there are some, and this happened to me this week a couple times, where people just slam you, to the ground with horrible things that they say about you, and they don't even know you. And one of them, I'm not going to say where it is, but it's just, I just leave sometimes if they're not totally nasty and full of revolting language, I'll leave it just so that people can see that, it's not a walk in the park totally. But I tell you, the number of times that happens versus the number of times where everything is beautiful, is so small. It's just not worth mentioning. But I think in the culture that we're in today too, oh golly, I've gotten on my preach. I'm sorry about that. But the culture that we're in today, especially with the news media, and if any of you are with the news media, listen up. I'm not happy with you. Not happy at all, because they make money on that tiny, tiny sliver of percentage that is wrong, or that is a mistake or whatever. And it's like, but if you watch that enough, you think the whole world is like that. And it's like, that is like the aberration in the curve. I mean, that is, but anyway, all that to say is, yeah, there can be mistakes, okay, in crochet, in the world, everywhere. But anyway, but by and by, it's whatever you make of it. I mean, if you find you look around just trying to look where people are mean, or where they're stumbling, or where they're making mistakes, you're going to find it. And that's what Abraham Lincoln says: if you look for the bad, you're going to find it. Um, but I like to do the opposite. And when I'm feeling down, I like to do this. I like to just, take an inventory of blessings, what's going right today. And if you think about it, even if you just go through an inventory of your body parts, not being crude or anything, but my eyes are working, my nose is working, I'm able to breathe without a ventilator at the moment, I still have a little bit of hair. You know, go through some inventory like that, and we can really reap tremendous blessings. And just, the sun is shining. Um, Maybe it's raining. My well is being filled with water so that I can drink and take showers. I mean, there's a lot of good out there. So, yeah. Anyway, didn't mean to get off on that tangent, but what a great question. Thank you so much, lovey dovey. It's been one of those weeks, like I said. We have Kathy from Cincinnati, Ohio. Hey, Kathy, I love Cincinnati. It's where my mom and dad are from. Um, and Hannah's so funny. She's like, book to Bobby, what's up? Um, Tracy said, Hannah, you'd think by now we could insert pictures into the chat. I'd love to see. I wish we could do that, Tracy. Yeah, not yet, not quite. Um, and then Tara wants to know, going to start with crocheting here? Yeah, we got some crocheting stuff. in just a minute, but I just really like talking to my friends. Um, oh my goodness, come on, computer. My computer is acting really weird. All right. We have Najula is in our chat, says hello to all of you guys and ladies. I can make it today. I just caught up.